as we talked about with collapse. There's military collapse, and then there's political collapse. And the military collapse, we talked that would precipitate the political collapse. That when it became clear that Ukraine could not prevail on the battlefield, politically clear. I'm not talking about militarily clear. I'm talking about when even the politicians are going, we can't win. And you see that. I mean, Arestovich used to be the mouthpiece of the regime. He's out there right now saying, we can't win. We never could win. I was lying back then. I want to talk about how we're going to, fix this thing here. You got, other people, weighing in the same way. It's political. Zelensky, the only thing that gave him viability as a leader was the fact that he had been elevated to Winston Churchill-like status by his international supporters. And then they used that perception of him being Winston Churchill as, the center of gravity around which you could justify the expenditure of money and the provision of equipment. Give it to Zelensky. Zelensky will save Ukraine. Nobody's believing that anymore except Zelensky. He gave an interview to Time magazine where he continues to say that he's the savior, that he's the Messiah-like figure, that he alone can solve this problem, but he can't. And so now we see a falling out between Zelensky and General Zaluzhny. There was talk the other day that the Minister of Defense, newly appointed Minister of Defense, might be recommending that Zaluzhny submits his resignation. Will the army allow this to happen? I mean, we're at the point now where there's a split, and I've been saying this all along that I think the solution to the Zelensky problem will probably come from the 75-cent version. That is the cost of one 9mm bullet placed right about there in the back of the head. And we're getting closer and closer to that point. We're getting to the point where at some point in time, a group of generals will go up, and it won't be pretty. I mean, think Nicholas Ceausescu, think what happened to him in Romania. They're going to hold a kangaroo court, say, we find you guilty of every crime in the world, shoot him, bam, gone. He might not even get a trial because this is Ukraine. He just may step out of a car and somebody just comes up and pop 3 in his face, and that's the end of Zelensky. The smartest move he can make right now is get the hell out of Ukraine, is to resign and run.